Hello and welcome back to Unknown to World Known. We're back today, just actually 2 days after we've last played Plymouth. So just before we get into the reason why we're back as early as we are, if you are enjoying the content on the channel, please do leave a like down below. Hit subscribe if you are enjoying it here. I've just released another episode of WWE with Ashman, and on Wednesday we released my Pokemon Emerald Rogue video, which was completely new editing style, so please do go check that out if you're interested in that. I think the video has come out one of the best that I've done on the channel, and I've only got ideas to make that even better for the next episode that is going to be coming as soon as I can. But now the reason we're back just 2 days after the game against Plymouth, it's a controversial one. We've got a job offer. We are heading to Burnley. Just before we head out, I just want to do a quick roundup of our time here at Oxford United. So we joined Oxford nearly 2 years ago now, back on the 13th of May 2025, which was when they'd just been relegated. We turned them straight back around. We got them promoted at the first attempt from League One in fantastic form. We won the league by 2 points above Bolton. Everybody was happy. Into the Championship we went. And the first half of the season, we were tearing it up in the Championship. Yes, we lost the first game. But then we went on 6 games unbeaten across the 2 competitions we were in at that point. It was going really well. We were challenging for the playoffs. And then it fell apart after our EFL Cup quarter-final exit. We've not won a game since. We've scored, 5 goals since then. That was the middle of December. That's not why we're leaving, however. The reason we're leaving is I feel like I've done enough to make Oxford safe this season. 42 points from 31 games. They should be absolutely fine from this point. Burnley are actually a point behind. Burnley are level on points with Oxford. However, if we go into the finances, Oxford are going to be giving me 1.2 million for next season, and we are already in trouble on the wage budget. If we flick over to Burnley, they're offering me nearly £20 million, a wage budget that's more than 4 times bigger. Further to that, they're predicted to finish 4th in the league. Yes, they're 13th. We're not going to finish 4th in the league. But for next season, it just makes sense. As we leave Oxford, is there any players that I'd like to come and pick up to bring with us if we can? McNeely, probably, because he was phenomenal. I'd like to try and get Sanchez back either on loan or on a transfer, because he was a phenomenal player, and I think he'd be able to take us into the Premier League with Burnley. Elsewhere, Mbete would be a very good signing for us to take with us. But other than that, probably not a whole lot. At one point, I thought Kieran Harrott would be somebody that we'd try and take with us for a while, but I don't think he's going to have that potential, unfortunately. But as I say, overall, Oxford, it's been a phenomenal run. It's been a lot of fun, but it's time to move on. And here we are at Burnley in a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate. Andrew Page has left Oxford United to join divisional rivals Burnley, arrives with a record of 126 wins, 77 draws and 49 defeats in his career. Also won 2 league titles on his way. His first game in charge will be against Portsmouth in the FA Cup on the 6th of February. Questions will be raised as to why Page made the decision to take up a different job within the same division, but he will face pressure to bring immediate success to Turf Moor, given his former employers and previous standing. We've also brought a number of our staff with us and let a number of them go from Burnley before we joined. Won the Manager of the Year in 2026, bring a blend of experience and proven credentials with him into his new job. Earned a reputation for signing players under the age of 20 and appears to be a great fit for the club's current vision at Turf Moor. Prefer to use a 4-3-3 DM wide. I'll use whatever suits the team, to be honest. However, we were the victims of considerable criticism after a humiliating FA Cup exit to Doncaster. That was like in my first season. Who really cares? Burnley have been disappointed in the Championship so far this season, and find themselves 13th place. They've lost 3 of the last 5 games, and 3 of their last 5... I don't know why that's there twice. Recent reports indicate Denzo Cassius and Mitchell Baker are unhappy at the club, which is something Andrew Page will have to deal with. So they did suffer relegation from the Premier League in the previous season, and as you've seen by the fact they're 13th, are struggling to adjust with life in the Championship. Got knocked out of the EFL Cup in the first round. But this is where the big step up comes. Excellent training facilities, great youth facilities. The transfer and wage budget are the big things. So the predicted 11 is Danny Figueira, Cassius, Holgate, Braithwaite, Baker, Kartsev, Krunic, Cullen, March, this guy, Jaden, and Traore. So our 2 fullbacks are the 2 players who are unhappy. We'll see what that means for us. We're expecting to be defensively solid, make the most of set pieces. Quick chance to plug the set pieces video that I did. That's available on the Steam community. It works fantastic in my personal opinion. For this season, they just want us to finish top half. And then after that, they want us to work towards gaining automatic promotion to the Premier League. They want us to have that for 3 seasons and then gain promotion by the 4th season or 5th season in charge. I think that's more than doable with this team. Supporters want us to play direct football and defensively solid football, get the better of Preston as and when we play them, maintain a higher reputation than Blackburn, and for this season, a top half finish. So jumping straight in to have a quick look at the squad depth. If we change this to all positions, we've got a very good goalkeeper and a good backup. Cassius is a very good right back, as Baker is a left back. We've got a couple of other options at left back from the looks of it. Centre backs, we've got a few really good centre backs actually as well. To be fair, I'm not sure why this team is down in 13th. I'm assuming it's just a morale thing, if I'm being honest looking at this. We have unfortunately just missed out on being able to spend any money in the transfer window. However, I think come the summer, we'll be able to make a lot of things work with this team. As a little treat, we're going to throw in the game against Portsmouth, our first game in charge of Burnley. However, a little bit of transfer news. Mitchell Baker has left. He's gone to Benfica for 13.25 million. He wasn't happy, and I thought for that amount it was worth letting him go. And also Vestergaard has left to Galatasaray. Again, he wasn't happy. He's 34, so I didn't really care. And we managed to get 400,000 for him. So yes, he was a good player, but at 34, he was definitely on the downtrend. This was probably our last chance to get some money for him. Incoming, we did manage to bring in a couple of players. First of all, Emmanuel Bamidele. He's a goalkeeper who's already the deal was agreed and I just had to accept it. I trusted them. He seems like a decent sign for the future. If nothing else, we might be able to make a bit of profit on him. And we also bought in Jordan Hackett to replace Bakker. Not the best left back going, but a bit of potential. It was a cheap option. I think he can come in and be solid for us. He is cup tied, however, for the first game in charge. We start with Danny Figueira in goal, a back four of Cassius, Holgate, Stansfield and Wilson Esbrand, Kartsev and Pickle in midfield with March on the right, Boy in the middle and Churlinov on the left and Traore up front. I've already gone in and found a few youth players that we've promoted through to the first team. Bent is one of them, Alvaro Guinness Hernandez is one of them, and Kelly is one of them, although he's currently unavailable due to an injury. Only a virus, he'll be back very soon. And there's a few others that we're looking at promoting once they come back from loans. So hopefully there's a bright future for Burnley to come. But let's get into this first game. And from our first game in charge, there is no highlights in the first half. Not ideal, if we're being honest, but it is what it is. It's been slightly in our favour. We're doing well in possession. Just our shots aren't being on target. So we're probably going to look at making us work the ball into the box a little bit more. Hopefully that will result in some better shots. The first highlight of the game comes just after half time, and it starts with a Portsmouth chance getting into the box. We've forced them back away, but it comes back to Duhani, who gets across to Blanchard on the far side. Tomlinson back to Lowry, gets a long shot. How has Figueira let that in? That is awful goalkeeping. Well, it's time to make changes. Malpe is coming on for Traore, who's had an awful first game for us here. He's going to become a pressing forward on attack. We're going to give Hernandez a go in the number 10 because, well, why not give a youngster a go in our first game? Twine can come on the left-hand side, and I think we'll leave it at those three for now, but hopefully we can do something with this game still. We have a highlight starting from our goalkeeper on the ball, plays it out at the back, and we work our way forward down the left-hand side. Wilson Esbrand gets a ball inside to Malpe, knocks it through to Solly March, who should score that chance. That's a big opportunity, and the keeper denies him. We do get a corner. Can March finds a Burnley head, sends it in towards the middle of the box. It's headed away. Hernandez sends it back out to March, who tries to cut back, and the highlight ends disappointingly. Wilson Esbrand with a throw-in on the left-hand side. Gets it to Pickle, plays it back to the edge of the box. Kartsev curls it into the top corner. A beautiful goal to equalise. 10 minutes to go now. We're going to bring Kobe Franklin on for Cassius at right back, just because he's one of the players who are unhappy. So if he's not happy, we'll bring him off. And Jaden can come on for Solly March on the right-hand side. Again, a player who's not very happy, so let's give somebody else a chance. Because if we're going to lose him in the summer, then we want to know, have we got players who can replace him already in the squad? So unfortunately, our first game with Burnley does end in a 1-1 draw. We were largely the better team, but a bit of poor goalkeeping cost us today. However, it's also given us a view of a couple of players like Traore didn't perform very well, so maybe we do need to look at Malpe as being the better option. Solly March did a decent game, despite not being particularly happy at the club, so it's something to think about. And we took it to a replay, so hopefully we'll be fine in that. So prior to this, the plan was to come back at the end of the season with Oxford. I think that's likely to still be the plan because we're 13 points away from the playoffs, which means that it's very likely we reach there. Unless we get drawn against a really big team or make it to like the FA Cup quarter or semi-finals, I think that'll still be the plan. So hopefully we don't go out to Portsmouth and we can get another episode from maybe even a trip to Wembley. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we can do with this Burnley team, particularly next season, because I think this season's not likely to result in anything major. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.